Everyone, my name is Devin Knaz. I'm the publisher of Travelweek. And here at Travelweek, we work really hard to get the information that you need. And as most of you know, since you've been here for the year-long journey, is we launched a webinar series, Unleashing the Power of AI for Travel Agents. So we started at the beginning, way back in January, and went step by step by step, learning how to use ChatGPT, and then we got into more and more complicated stuff. So now that we're later in the year, we're in September, we actually are into some quite complicated stuff. And today we're going to be talking about chatbots. And the reason we're going to be talking about chatbots is because they are very important and potentially very lucrative. So let me pull up my presentation. Okay. So once again, I want to thank our sponsor, Travel Brands. They are an innovator in the industry as well. So it worked out really well to have Travel Brands sponsor these AI webinars. Okay, and as I said, we're going to be talking about chat bots today. If you want to put something in the chat, some of your experiences about chatbots. I don't think there's a person out there these days that hasn't come across a chatbot. You know, you definitely would notice them on the airlines, like, you know, when a little message pops up in the bottom right corner saying, "Hi, how can I help you?" So that's what a chatbot is. So it's a robot, a bot talking to you on a company's behalf. So let's read what the official definition is. A chatbot is a computer program designed to simulate conversations with people. It can answer questions, provide information, set up meetings, and assist with tasks. So let's think about that for a second. Okay, so the chatbot can answer questions. If any of your clients have questions, maybe you could set up a Q&A, provide information, set up meetings. I think this, is probably the number one thing that you want to pay attention to. Imagine you had a chatbot that popped up and was running automated scripts and setting appointments for you so that, you wake up in the morning and you just see how many appointments with potential clients your chatbot has set up. Okay, let's look at the second part of this definition. They work 24/7 and can interact with multiple users at the same time, making customer service more efficient. And sorry, I can't read that last line because my Zoom is covering it up. Anyway, so this is my point. Okay, let's say for you to reach out to someone and qualify them and set up an appointment, that takes 25 minutes of your time. But imagine you set up a chat bot that was doing this automatically over and over and over and over while you were sleeping and just setting up the appointments. Imagine how amazing that would be. And who are you having these chats with? Well, you already have built-in traffic on your social media and you have built-in traffic on your website. So we just start having chats with the traffic that you already have. So why do we want to pay attention to chatbots? Well, every company out there hasn't gotten into them just for the fun of it. They are doing it because it benefits their business. So these are some stats that I have come up with. There's a higher conversion rate. They're saying it's 10 to 15% higher than if you weren't using chatbots in your business. There's a boost in customer engagement, 20 or 40%. For example, as I said, there's traffic coming to your website. maybe it's not doing much, but if it's engaging with the chatbot while they're on your website, then you increase customer engagement. Cost efficiency, you can reduce costs by 30%. You know, if all this is happening in the background while you're sleeping, there's no cost to that. 24/7 availability, 67% increase in sales. So again, you know, these bots are working while you're sleeping. If you're on holiday, they're working. Lead generation, you can get 50% more leads. Improved experience, 73% of people said they have a positive experience. And I know we kind of complain about chatbots, but I do actually like them. There's often times when I'm on a website and I just, you know, immediately look to the corner to see who I can start chatting with. Obviously, some of them are better than others. But the ones that are done really well and you can actually get information, I actually quite like. Shorter sales cycle, so you can have the chat bot qualify all your leads. So they're, you know, only teeing up qualified clients. So you can shorten your sales cycle. And oh, they increased average order value by 20 to 30%. So first, we are going to look at chatbots on social media. I want to make it very clear. You can do chatbots on social media or you can do them on your website. These are two different things. So first, we're going to look at social media. And the reason we're going to look at social media first is because it's the easiest to set up and you can probably start doing it today if you wanted to. Okay, so number one, we're looking at social media. And the program that I found and that many people out there, influencers, are using is ManyChat. And this is going to enable you to create chatbots on Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. So if you think about how many followers you have on Instagram and Messenger and how many contacts you might have in your WhatsApp, that's like a really nice little database of people that we can start chatbotting with. So now I'm going to show you a video about how I set up ManyChat for myself. This is what the screen looks like when we log into ManyChat. So here we have the Travelweek account on the left-hand side. We have the home screen, which you're looking at now. As you chat with people, you're going to build a contact list. Automation, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Live chat, you can click in and see all the open chats you have on the different channels. Broadcasting, we don't need. And then settings, I just want to show you, these are all the different channels that you can set up. So you can set up Instagram, Facebook Messenger, SMS, email, WhatsApp, Telegram. I'm going to give you a quick example. So we're going to go to automation on this left-hand menu, click there. We're going to do a new automation. And then it's going to give you some options with ready to go templates. Let's see what they have. Convert your Instagram comments into sales. Use Instagram stories to generate more leads. Recognize questions in direct message with AI. Build an email list. Capture customer data. So it does have quite a few ideas here. You can play around, see what might be helpful for your business. I am actually going to start from scratch. So when you start from scratch, you're going to have to first define your trigger. Now, we've been hearing this word trigger quite a bit as we've been setting up automation, and it's the same with the chatbots and ManyChat. So we need to find a trigger. What is going to start the chatbot sequence? So I click on new trigger and I have both my Facebook Messenger and my Instagram set up. So let's look what Instagram options are. A trigger could be that a user comments on your post or reel. It could be user replies to your story. It could be that user sends you a message. A user comments on your live. User clicks a referral link. So those are some of the Instagram options. And then with Facebook Messenger, we have other ones as well. User comments on your post, user sends a message, user clicks a referral link. So these are all different options of what some of your potential clients might be doing on your social media pages. And we're going to use those as triggers to start a chat with them. We really, really want to chat with them. So the one that I like is user comments on your post. And I like this because a lot of the time you get a lot of comments, and then those are the people that you want to be chatting with. So let's click here. And now we're going to have to fill in some of these boxes. So do we want it on a specific post? Let's say you posted about Italy last week. You want to start the chat about Italy? No, let's make this easier on ourselves. And we're going to say any post. Anytime a potential client clicks on any of your posts on Facebook and the comment contains any words, that is going to be the trigger. So we created our first trigger. When user comments on your post, that's the trigger. Then we're going to set up the next part of our chatbot sequence. So then I want Messenger to pop open, and I'm going to start a chat with them. So what I want to say is, hello. Thanks for commenting on my post. Are you going on holiday anytime soon? Okay, so this is what the chatbot is going to say to them. And then instead of letting them blab on with whatever response they want, I'm going to give them quick reply options. So quick reply number 1 is going to be yes. Quick reply number 2 is going to be no. Okay, so now this is, our flow is getting fancy. Here's the second step in our flow. Now, if they respond yes, I want them to get a particular message, but if they respond no, I'm going to give them a different message. So let's do yes first. If they respond yes, how about we say something like, oh, exciting. When did you plan on going? And again, we can do quick reply soon. Do another quick reply in a few months. Or another quick reply, just dreaming. Okay, so if someone comments that they are going on holiday soon, they're going to get passed over here and it's going to ask them, when did you plan on going? However, if they said no, they're not planning to go on holiday anytime soon, let's tell them something different. So let's say something like, I hope you can make time for a fun holiday in the future. I am very happy to help you with any of your booking needs. please reach out anytime. And then you put your contact information. So what could you put here? You could put your phone number. You could put your contact form on your website. You could tell them to message you on Facebook. Any of the different ways to be contacted can be added here. So let's say, call me at 999. There you go. So we'll save, oops. We'll save this. So this is kind of closed off now. We're not going to send any more messages to this person because they already said no, they're not planning on going on holiday. And you already gave them your contact information if they change their mind in the future. So let's go back to the part of the sequence up here, this part of the flow where the person said yes. Now you've asked them, are they going traveling soon, in a few months, or are they just dreaming? Not like any of these. I'm going to start again. Okay, so you can either click on soon and draw little arrows out to your next boxes based on the different responses they've given. So you could have 3 different options for the next step. But let's say, you know what, I don't really care when they're going. I'm going to have the next step in the chat sequence be the same, no matter what they say. So the next chat is going to ask them, which destination did you have in mind? And then it's going to allow them to put in simple text. The next question. Okay, and see how you keep going on and on and on. You can ask them as many questions as you want. Obviously, you're going to want to have, some kind of end here where you actually get in touch with them on the phone or book something. Let's say your end looks something like this. Well, okay, I am very excited about your upcoming holiday. I'd be really honored to help you plan it. Can we set up a time to chat? And then here, you could ask them for their phone number. You could send them a link to your calendar so they could put time in your calendar. You could give them their phone number so that they call you. So some way to actually get them off the chat bot into real life. But look, you've done all of this qualifying. You know that they're going soon, you know what destination they're going to, you know that they're interested in talking to you, and all this automation has happened in the background without you lifting a finger. And look, you have a qualified client eager to talk to you, ready to book. Okay, so before we move on to websites, I really hope that you can see the potential there. So you can have all kinds of automated chats going on your Instagram, going on your Facebook, going on your WhatsApp. And they're just, friendly little chats reaching out to people, just sussing out whether they're planning a trip and then maybe gathering a bit of information and then trying to set up a call with you. There's other ways you can use the chat bots. We'll get to those in a bit, but yeah, just like start your creative juices flowing. How can you maybe use these tools to automate, get clients, increase your pipeline. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to increase the client and sales pipeline. Okay, so I was trying to make very clear the distinction. What I just showed you was chatbots on social media. And the reason I wanted to show you those first is because they're the easiest to set up, and you can pretty much get started with them right away, and you already have a built-in audience. Whoever, likes you on Facebook, all the contacts you have, you can start messaging them right away. So repeating, number one is you get these chatbots going on your social media accounts. Number two is you get it going on your website. So anytime anyone comes to your website, a little chat pops up in the corner, it starts qualifying the lead and trying to set you an appointment with them. Now, websites get a little bit complicated because there's many, many different ways to build websites. So I'm probably not going to be able to, cover all of them today, but I'm going to try and cover at least some of the big ones. So I don't know, is your website built on WordPress? Is it built on Google Sites? Is it built on one of these software as a service sites like Weebly, Wix, HubSpot, where you just pay them a monthly fee and then they manage their website for you? Or do you have a developer and a coder that builds your website from scratch? So have a think about what category you fall into. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is WordPress, because 43% of websites in the world are built on WordPress. WordPress is a content management system. So, someone technically skilled sets it all up, and then WordPress, someone like me can tinker around and change some things in WordPress. All my websites are built on WordPress, so yeah, I know it somewhat. I'm not going to say I'm an expert, but anyways, I will show you how on WordPress to add in a chatbot plugin. So this is another website that I own, todaysbride.ca. It's a consumer bridal magazine. So let's say I wanted to add a chatbot onto this website. And this website is built in WordPress. So anyone who has a WordPress website will know you go to the URL at the top and you go WP admin, and that takes you to the back end of the website. So here on the back end, and I really do not suggest that you play around in here unless you are familiar with WordPress. But if you are, you can go down to plugins and add a new plugin. And then if you scroll down, you can search the plugins and you can search chatbots. And then you'll be able to see all the different chatbot integrations that you'd be able to put into your WordPress. So this is the one that I've chosen, Tidio. And I just install it and activate it. And then anything I do on that account will automatically push through live to the website. But there's other options as well. You can see their star rating. So Smart's up, you can see there's over 20,000 active installations and pretty good reviews, 4.5-star reviews. HubSpot, maybe you already are using HubSpot, so maybe that would be a good option for you. Zoho, also a popular brand out there, has more than 20,000 active installations. So you can scroll through and pick which chatbot you want to integrate into your website. So then I would go into tidio.com, and this is a much more complicated website than the one I showed you before. That's why I wanted to show you the other one first. This one you can integrate with all the social media as well as all the different websites. So here's a flow that I'm building. So anytime someone comes to the website or first visit on the website, then I'm going to send them a chat, and the chat will say, "Thanks for visiting today's bride. We are Canada's wedding experts." The next thing, we'll send them something. "Are you getting married anytime soon? Yes, no." If they say yes, they're going to be sent out here, and it'll say, "That's so exciting. Are you getting married in Canada or overseas?" And again, they have the option Canada or overseas. But I have to go back, and then what if they select no? If they select no, they're going to go down. And I'm going to say, "That's okay. Do you plan on doing any traveling this year?" Yes, no button. So here I would add some more actions. So let's say they say no, and I'm going to connect these two, no. And then we're just going to close this out. Okay, if you change your mind on traveling, let me know. And put the phone number. Okay, whatever that is. So that's going to close out this flow for the no side. But on the yes side, okay, what was the question again? Do you plan on doing any traveling this year? Yes, no. So if they say yes, what are we going to ask them? Would they do? Okay, so this is someone who's not getting married. If they said no to getting married, but they said yes to traveling. So maybe we want to ask them, where they might be thinking about going. Where are you thinking about going? And then we can send them a next message that says, let's see, we'll just connect these two together. Does that connect? Yeah, see how those are connected together? So then we'll send them the next message. And okay, we found out where they wanted to go. Now how about what time of year were you thinking? So see how you can go on and on and on and customize this as much as you want. And then when you're ready, you can test it out and you can activate it so it goes live on your website. So it may take a little bit of time to set it up and figure out exactly what you want to say. But then once you've activated it, this chatbot will go on and on and on and on and on and on and years, talk to all the people that come to your website without you having to lift a finger. So definitely worth considering. Okay, so I hope that was clear. The first website that we looked at was WordPress, because 43% of people build their websites on WordPress. The second thing we're going to look at is this software as a service. So there's many examples of where maybe you build your website in the cloud and you just pay them a monthly fee and they make it really easy. It's like drag and drop, and you can build your website in a couple hours. So that's called software as a service. So some examples are Wix, HubSpot, Squarespace, Shopify, Weebly is the one I use. There's many out there. So if you have one of those websites and you want to add a chat bot, you're going to look for a section called apps, plugins, or widgets. And once you find that section, you're going to search for chatbot, and they'll have some kind of integration that you can easily add to your website. Again, it will take some time to set up, but then once you integrate the chatbot, it should be quite easy. So again, if this is how you build your website, look to find a chatbot app, plugin, or widget. Okay, so to see, maybe you have built your website on Google Sites. Google doesn't want you really integrating with all these third parties. Once you're in the Google world, it really wants you to, use Google products. So Google Sites does not have an app, plugin, or widget section where you can find a chatbot. Unfortunately, if your website's on Google Sites, it's going to be much more tricky and you might need to get a developer involved. You're going to have to create code and embed it into the footer. So it's definitely not ideal. If anyone has a Google site, you can reach out to me and I can possibly point you in the right direction a bit more. And then there's many of you out there that you just have a developer, you have a coder, they built your website. So you're going to have to go to them again and get them to put in a chatbot for you. So, this is the easiest and most difficult at the same time because you're just going to pass it off to them. But I really hope you start to get a sense of how this might be beneficial to you. Yes, it's going to be annoying to set up in the beginning. It's probably going to take, 3, 4, 5 hours. However, once you have these chat box sequence running, they can run and run and run on and on and on and on. So it really, really could be worth your while very quickly. So if anyone has any ideas, you can put them in the chat. Let's brainstorm a little bit and figure out how we might be able to use these chat bots. Well, the one we've been talking about is capturing leads. We want more leads turned into sales. We want more people coming into our pipeline. Another one is, utilizing your traffic and audience. So you have all Facebook, how often do they just reach out to you, pick up the phone and say they want to book a holiday? I don't know, you'd have to tell me those numbers. Why not try and utilize your traffic and your audience more? Reach out to them. Get your chatbot to reach out to them. Appointment scheduling. How amazing would it be if all this appointment scheduling happened in the background? So every day you just looked at your calendar, you saw how many 15-minute get to know you discovery calls you had with clients, and then you just went on phone call after phone call after phone call with people that have already been qualified. They're eager to talk to you and you have some information about them. Number 4 here is qualifying clients. We talked about that. Handling FAQs, that's what most chatbots do out there. They handle questions. If you have a bunch of information on your website, you can have the chatbots just, search your website for information and then pass it off to people. The next one here is multi-language support. Let's say you have one person in your office that speaks Spanish. You can use the chat bot to potentially go after Spanish-speaking people, even though you don't in particular speak Spanish. And then whenever one of these Spanish people wants to talk to someone, you just, pass them off to your colleague. Or let's say you do speak English and French. Hey, why limit your clients to just English Canada, wherever you happen to be, Ontario, Alberta? Why not go after some French-speaking ones in Quebec as well? You can promote exclusive deals. Let's say Air Canada is having a really fun promo. You could set up your chat bot to reach out to people and say, hey, did you know Air Canada is having this promo until such and such? Which would give them a little bit of time pressure. You can also use it to collect surveys, collect testimonials. Testimonials are so important these days, especially Google reviews. So if you had an automated way to reach out to your clients asking them for reviews, that would be great. This is just my brainstorm. Um, I don't know if anyone else has any ideas, but feel free to put them in the chat and we'll go through them. Okay, now I'm going to take a minute just to shout out to Travel Brands, their sponsor. Without them, today wouldn't be possible. So I'm just going to quickly go through some promos. Number one, they have this promo on 2024, 2025 long stay programs. This is with Exotic. And actually, I looked at some of these and some of them are pretty good. Malta, 21 days for that price. That's pretty good. Croatia, that's 20 nights for 2,499. That's pretty good. France, that's 1,600 is for 21 nights. That sounds like a deal to me. And then these Spain prices down there, that includes air. So that's also a very good deal. They have a promo on Outrigger right now. Save up to 45% off, earn 10x loyalty points. I don't know if you're familiar with Outrigger, but they have beautiful hotels all over Hawaii, all over the many islands. So if you have any clients thinking about Hawaii, maybe consider that. Travel Brands, they have a new partner, Riverside. That's a wow luxury, a river cruise company. Very, very top of the line. So just letting you know that you can now book Riverside through Travel Brands. Vegas. I was gonna say, who doesn't want to go to Vegas? Book by September 30th. Earn 3 times the loyalty points. There's some deals on car rental. Vegas, always a good option. Here's some cruise discounts with Encore. You can get up to $400 air discount. And then the travel agents will get a 500 loyalty point bonus. And this is departing up until July 31st, and you must book between now and the 20th. So there's a smaller window on this promo. Okay, that's all the promos. Now we're going to prizes. So I'll just let my trusty colleague Cindy, she's awesome. She's on the call with me and she has double checked to see who's online and sent me some winners. So Elisa Booth, Cheryl Stewart, and Joanne Germain, we're going to give you $100 Amazon gift cards. So my colleague Cindy will be in touch. Yay, congratulations. I want to talk about the next webinar, which is going to be October 9th at 1 p.m. We're always the second Wednesday of the month. Actually, that's going to be just when I get back from an amazing trip to Egypt. So hopefully I'll be really tanned and you'll barely notice me or barely recognize me. And that day, I'm going to have a special guest. His name is Dan Christian, and he is the podcast host for Travel Trends. He's, a wonderfully articulate guy, and he knows all about this AI stuff. So we're really going to get into the nitty-gritty of it, answer all your questions, and, also talk about some of these nuances, like, what exactly is AI? Devin has been showing us all of these tools, but what exactly is AI? What are some of the risks? What are some of these, doomsday scenarios people keep talking about? We're going to dig into all of that. And now I'm just going to answer any questions that you have. So put your questions in the Q&A box and I'm going to go through them slowly. Okay. What is the approximate monthly fee for ManyChat? I believe it's $10 a month, so I'm going to double check. Okay, so there is a free version, which will get you quite far. That's going to let you have 1,000 chats before paying. Now, of course, if you have 1,000 chats, that means it's doing pretty well for you. So at that point, the pricing is going to kick in. And oh, sorry, I misspoke. Pro, with all of the features that you need, is going to be $15 a month. Okay, so not too expensive. I know all these programs kind of add up, but they really could be worth it if you bring in some leads. Okay. Jean Cole, I don't quite understand your question, so I'm going to skip that one. Sally, can we add our clients to our chat bots, or is this just available for new visitors to our social media? Actually, you can import all your contacts. So yes, you can take, if you have a big database sitting somewhere, import them all. Hopefully they have phone number, contact details. You can start chatting with people. Can it be used through email? Well, actually, yes. Both those programs say that you can hook it up to email. I haven't actually tried it myself, but yes, both those programs that I showed you can do it through email. Yes, we always have these recorded. If you go to travelweek.ai or the Travelweek YouTube channel, we always put these webinars um, on YouTube for you to watch them later. And I really am a bit afraid that I'm scaring some of you away because it's getting a bit complicated. But the whole idea was that at the beginning of the year, we started out very, very, very basic, holding your hand, Chat GPT, some of the really, really easy things. And now that we're in September, we're getting into chatbots and stuff that's more complicated. So if you're joining us today, but you haven't seen any of the previous webinars, please don't get discouraged and just go back and watch some of the earlier ones because, this really was like to build incrementally. And, we started and now, ooh, we're sophisticated AI guys because now we're building chatbots. Linda, is there hyperlink capability in the chat? I'm assuming you're meaning, can you put links in there? Yes, you absolutely can. I was just showing you the basics of these chats. You can put links in there. You can put images in there, all kinds of stuff. And you can get really sophisticated with like QR codes, sending out QR codes that start chats. You can put in your Facebook post, respond Italy to this post, and then it will start a different sequence. So, I'm just scratching on the surface here. There's an insane amount of things you can do. Is it ideal to use a separate Instagram from your personal one? Well, this is personal preference. Do you have a separate Instagram for your business or do you just have a personal one? If you just have a personal one, there's no point in putting all kinds of effort into building a business one. Just use your personal one. Maybe you have 600, 700, people that follow you on there and just start with that little database and start reaching out to people. So, that's kind of a personal decision you're going to have to decide for yourself. Are you going to turn your personal Instagram into a business one as well, or do you want to keep them separate? Someone's saying, when I first went to Facebook, what did you initially open to get to the area to add a chatbot? Well, none of this happened in Facebook. All of this happened in ManyChat. So that's where you're going to want to go first. You're going to want to sign up for ManyChat. You're going to want to link your Facebook and your Instagram account to ManyChat. And then you're going to manage it all in there. And then ManyChat is just gonna, send all the details to Facebook and Instagram and operate those chats on your behalf. Okay, looks like we answered all the questions. Any other questions out there? Otherwise, I will let you get back to your day of, tracking down clients. And now I told you some tricks on how to track down even more clients even more quickly. So I really hope this was informative. And I hope I see you next month. And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join me. Bye, everyone. Take care.